Listen to me and shut up. The path of truth. I know you're listening. I know you've subscribed. You're listening to me right now on a podcast platform. But you can also visit truthgods.blogspot.com. You can listen to the show there and you can read my articles. Which, you know what? I'm working on my pamphlets still in books that you can listen to and buy. You're going to see them very soon. Yes, you will. And you can always call me at 562-396-5594. 562-396-5594. I know you want to speak to me and let me know what's going on in your life. It's all from my brains. That's how I know what's going on. I know about you. I know about who you worship. I know about your faiths. I see what's happening, and I get a lot of it more so from all of these outside otherworldly entities. They're in my brains. I ain't gonna dispute that. You see what's happening in the world right now, right? All around us. It doesn't matter what country you're in. It really don't. It's all a mess, and they're in my brains telling me why. They're telling me why, and I've been trying to share it with my followers. And I know a lot of you are listening to me because you want to learn more, and I have it all in my brains. I'm visited recently by Zoltar 3000. Zoltar 3000 comes from another galaxy you don't know about, but he's been speaking in my brains. Or she. I'm not really too sure what gender this Zoltar 3000 is. It doesn't matter, does it? I'm listening. They're talking to me in my brains. Do you know the otherworldly galaxies? They're watching. You know how people like to say, oh, the whole world is watching? No, it's not just the world. Who are we to think it's just the world? We're not alone. You can look outside. There are other galaxies. You can look up in the stars. You can see them with the telescopes. I'll tell you something. That's pretty ignorant, isn't that funny? Yeah, I'm telling you, everyone's having all these fights, but you know, when it comes to that point, you gotta find that bathtub. You gotta find that bathtub. I don't care if it's in Jordan or Egypt or Israel or Afghanistan, all these places. Oh! And they're all talking to my brains. I hear from their leaders. Everyone's very upset. There ain't no one going in this in my brains. It's what you call bad behavior. It's bad behavior. It's funny, right? Humanity thinks sometimes they're doing on behalf of their faith. They don't even know what their faith is on the outside because they're in my brains. Now you gotta follow me, you gotta subscribe, and you gotta share the truth. Truthgods.blogspot.com. Let me tell you something. I was hanging out last week. I had a bunch of my followers. It was about 7 of us. Just sitting there talking all night, brother, sister, children. Just talking. They want to know what's in my brain. So I told them. There ain't any entity, there's no doilies out there that be condoning any of this stuff. It's condoning? Yeah, they don't do it. They don't support it. That's funny, right? You have a lot of people in all these other places. They don't even know that the world is going to crumble, and it's starting to crumble. You see earthquakes, you see all these fires and earthquakes. Aliens aren't laughing. You know what? Even the demons ain't laughing. I had a demon last week, Walter. He was in my brains. Oh, you didn't know, right? The dark entities could have names, right? You know what Walter told me? He said, man, I can't believe it. I'm in hell, the hardest place in the earth. I'm getting hit with switches left and right. I'm reliving through all the bad times and all the bad things I've done in my life. And it's still not worse than what's going on in your world, on your planet right now. And he was right. It was in my brains. That's in my brains. Man, I'm hearing all your fates talking to me, and they just so taken aback. There are issues, I know. That's why you gotta go to truthgods.blogspot.com. You gotta follow this program on your favorite streaming podcast service or whatever you're using. You can go to truthgods.blogspot.com and just listen to it right there. It's got a radio player. You can go to YouTube. I got a playlist there. You can check that out. Shoot, you're probably there right now listening. I know you are. I know you are. You gotta share this with your friends. These are my brains. You know what? Yeah, you want to talk about bad times? How's about the time that I'm getting all these messes in my brains ever since I was in the womb? My parents got to find an empty refrigerator box, put me in and leave it outside of school. Yeah, that's the realness. So many bad things going on. So many bad things going on. I got my little nephew. He come over. He just wants to watch Cocomelon and PJ Masks. Why can't we be more like PJ Masks and Paw Patrol? You know who said that to me? I can't even tell you. You'd be upset. You'd be so surprised. Oh, but you know the name. You know a lot of people, you worship him. You'd be so surprised because he was on my brains asking to watch more Paw Patrol. Take my mind off this, Tex. That's what they all want. Take my mind off this. That reset button gonna hit soon. What we gonna do? We're gonna rub dub in the tub. Who's with me? You know you gotta find that bathtub in the Middle East. That could be anywhere. You'll see it. You'll know when. You'll know when. You gotta walk there if you can. It doesn't matter where you live. You know what? You're gonna have to walk there. That's okay. You know what? Because at that time when the reset button is hit, I don't know what kind of aircraft's gonna be able to go back and forth. And plus, once you get there, you're on your own. You gotta follow your heart to find that rub-a-dub-dub in a dub-dub-dub tub. You gotta find that tub and get in it, and that's where you feel the safest. That's where you're gonna feel the safest. You know that. That's in my brains. I've been told that long ago. Long before you seen any of these countries, any of this conflict. They're all my brains are so concerned. The best I can do is just share with y'all what's in my brains. That's right. You know what? So many people, humans, right? You think some want peace and some don't want peace. Guess what? All the thoughts in my head, they all want peace, even the dark. Even the dark. It's too much for them. It's darker than they are. And you know most of the dark falls from the light anyway. Come on now. Come on now. Why don't you get in? Go ahead. You gotta call 562-396-5594. That's 562-396-5594. Truthgods.blogspot.com. Text 5581. Let me tell you all something. So there I am, we're talking, we're staying up all night discussing these ideas and things. And then Ricky, and Wendy, they had to leave. So we're just talking, man. We're talking about the things in my brains. Yeah, you know what? Someone asked me a good question. Scott was like, let me ask you something, Text 5581. How can I get them in my brains? I said, I don't know, brother. I don't know. They've been in my brain since I was in the womb. You remember that episode a while back? You heard my uncle call him being all nasty? That's my mom's brother, you know? My parents, I've forgiven my parents. You know that too. You know that too. And I would be even without any sort of fear just because I was always with him. Of course I won't forgive them. Right? Here I am in a refrigerator box. I don't think they didn't mean to do this. It's scary, right? It's scary having that gift. So I understand. My uncle wasn't alone. There were people, there were neighbors too. They would all be talking about me. But you know what? A lot of that came from jealousy. And I know that's what's going on there too.
Oh, how could text 558 knowing no more than I do? Oh, how did he know? They're not talking to him.
You know what they say about ignorance? It's the tits. Right? Isn't that what they say? It's bliss. It's bliss. I'm sorry. I thought ignorance was tits like the birds. You know the tit birds? I got a lot of them visiting my house. I got doves. I got doves in the barn. All sorts of... You know who I hear? You know who's real upset? Mother Nature. Mother Nature doesn't understand what we're doing to her stuff. Doesn't understand it. These voices in my brain don't understand it. I'm having Zoltar 3000. He sounds drunk at this point. Here, it's out of their controls. I hear them all. They're entering my brain telling me, you know what? Doesn't matter who you worship. You're not going to be able to understand anything. Why do we do these things? Why do we do these things? Are we that jealous of land? Are we that jealous of faith? Come on now. Come on. You want to play this game? You're going to play this game until we hit the button that says reset. And you know what? I'm going to keep playing the game. How about you? How about you? I'd love to keep playing the game, but I know I'm guarded. I'm guarded. I feel it. You do too. That's why you're going to call 562-396-5594, 562-396-5594. You know what we got to do. You know what time it is. It's time. It's time to be open and let them talk to you, and do not be afraid and do not hear the false voices. Oh, I heard something. Oh, I felt something. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You think you did. You see, a lot of these people, they think they did. They think they feel. They're just fishing for trout in a little lake. Ha! They 3 M&M's short of a full bag. They in my brains. You should have heard of them recently. You know, last time I threw out my voice because my old grandpops, he got itching powder on that tie sweater of his, and I had to get him out. Now my voice feeling good. Now I'm ready to come back at you and give you some of that truth path of truth. That's why you gotta listen to me and just shut up. You know that? You know, that's why you're subscribing and listening right now. Yeah, you're going to share it. I know you're going to share it because these is words of wisdom. You can share it on YouTube. You can share it on truthgodsblogspot.com. You can go right there. I want to know what you're thinking. I know you're going through hard stuff. We're all going through hard stuff. Let's discuss that hard stuff. You can ask me any questions you want. They in my brains. So now I'm talking about, you know, all these things. I got like 5 people, and then Jerry had to leave. So, you know, we're sitting out in the barn. You know, it's a little noisy, but we're just talking. We're just talking. And I tell them, you know, I never get the visuals, folks. And I'm not a prophet. I know some of you think I'm a prophet, and I'm no prophet. And, you know, I'm just telling it like it is. And I can't see them. That's what I was trying to explain to my followers. I don't have visuals unless it's a map or something they want me to proof edit, like the Bible or the Declaration. Because they could take it back in time. They cross in time. They gave me a first draft of the Quran, and I listened to them edit it, and I proofread it. I saw the New Testament. I proofread that. 10 Commandments. Come on now. They need help. We all need help. Everyone needs a little copyright and something like that, you know, like that. And that's some spiritual stuff. And that all lives up in my brain. And that's how it gets out to you. And that's how you're able to do what you do. So by the time the sun came up, everyone was already gone. But I just kept talking to the animals and stuff. And, you know, that's what I love most about animals, right? They don't seem, they can't talk, but they hear you. They listen. You know how I know? Because they could respond to my brains. They may not speak to you, but they're talking to my brains. That's why you're listening to this show right now. And subscribe it so you can learn a little something that you can share and pass on to your friends, to your family. And say, hey, you know what? That text 5581, I'm telling you, he really knows what he's saying. I know you do. I want to thank Lori, who's going to have some gathering next week. We're going to have a lot of bialys and stuff like this. And I want you all to come out. You can come right out. 123 Oak Avenue, okay? I can't give you the rest of the ad. Lori going to be upset with me, right? I can't just do that. But our close fed, our community's gonna be going, and we're gonna have a lot of good food. Upside down turn cake, a lot of good yummy stuff. But I'm gonna be there, you know why? Because all those people, she said, you come over, we wanna know what's in your brains. We wanna learn about your brain experience. We wanna know more about you. I ain't never met some of these people in the community or the neighbors. Because we all stay inside our bubbles. We stay in our bubbles. Why? Do you know what they tell me? And it's mostly observers from other galaxies that tell me humans are very prone to stay in their own bubbles. They're afraid. They're afraid of matter of opinion. They're afraid they're going to kill someone. They're afraid they're going to kill themselves. They're afraid they're going to not be able to control their emotions and things like this. Oh, humanity, what is this? What are we doing? Do we need to hit that reset button? No. I'd like to prefer keep playing the game without having to press any buttons right here. It's going to take a while to find that rubbered up tubby out in the Middle West. truthguides.blogspot.com. You call 562-396-5594. You listen and subscribe to all on the podcast platforms you can. And you share this. This is text 5581, and I'm signing off. I said enough today. I don't know what else to say. It's all really upside down. And if you're listening, I'll see you over at Lori's. I think it's going to be I don't know if it's this Sunday or next Sunday, man. Oh, brother. But they're going to be cool cats and sisters there, and I'm telling you, we're going to have a good time. We're going to have some bialys and just eat some. We're going to have some, they're bringing a lot of brownies and things. I think Sherry's going to make one of her turnovers, I'm telling you, but I may be wrong. But sometimes I get ingredients for food in my brains. I have cumin talking to me. Do you hear Basil? No, I hear Basil talking to me. That's for another time. I'll talk about that next time. Yeah. Listen to me and shut up. Path of Truth. You come back and listen again, y'all.